The United States has been graced on many occasions with visits from Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan. In 1989, in response to the earnest longing of spiritual truth seekers, she traveled to the country to impart her wisdom and insights. In this eloquent lecture, Master cites various religious verses to highlight ancient references to the Quan Yin method, the law of cause and effect, and veganism in religions. We now invite you to join us for part 8 of this enlightening lecture titled Find a Living Master to Reunite with the Great Source of All Things, given by Supreme Master Ching Hai Vegan in San Jose, California, USA on May 27, 1989.
Peace for Ukraine or you reign now. Russia, just go home.
What's the meaning of you wearing yellow and having so much yellow around?
Okay, then tomorrow I will have green. How about that? It is just the tradition. The Buddhists and the monks, the Hindus, they wear yellow.
No meaning?
No, it means enlightenment. So the monks are wearing yellow symbolizes enlightenment. That's it, yeah? But I don't mind. I wear many colors. I don't care about that. Because I collected from those, they wholesale and they cannot sell it and they sell it 1 kilo for 5 cents. So there are many colors and I fix them all together and wear like this. It look okay, no? Very cheap. Yeah? I wear green sometimes, white or whatever color I can find. Cheap cloth. Self-made, self-designed, very cheap, comfortable, cool. Oh, how did you become enlightened? Oh, yeah. It's by this method. Yeah, by the sincere longing for enlightenment. And third, where will you be after you drop these clothes? Which kind? The outside or this?
Flesh, your body.
Flesh? I will be where I have been. I will be where I have been. I will be where I came from. What is the best way to stop thoughts so that I can enter Samadhi? Quan Yin method. How long can you stop thought? As long as you're in Samadhi, you can. Trong vấn, if life is eternal and never ends, if a soul is eternal and never ends, how can the taking of life or the refusal to bear life be wrong? It is because it is not natural. For example, your life should be 60 years and you force it to become 45. That means you're taking over God's will and right. Therefore, it is not correct. Everything unnatural is violating. Just like you have to drive at 40 kilometers per hour and then you drive at 60. Yeah? And that is wrong. Also, to refuse to bear life is wrong because you are kind of a coward. Yeah? You saw some bad deeds and you don't want to reap the fruit of it. Yeah? You only want to give other people suffering, and when the retribution comes to you, you don't take it. Like you borrow someone else's money, when you have money, you don't want to give it back. And that's of course wrong. Wrong is that, yeah. Now, how does an enlightened person experience sex? Is there any joy? Oh, this is nothing. The sense enjoyment is so low, so cheap, and so exhausting. If you experience enlightenment and greater joy, then you can compare. And then you know the joy experienced in sexual intercourse is like garbage. at that time, you couldn't imagine how you have indulged yourself so far in such a very cheap substitute. Why we indulge ourselves in sexual enjoyment? It is because we have not known a greater joy. If we had known a greater joy, then we would leave that behind. We wouldn't even think about it. It is like a baby, he wants milk, and then he just pulls away his dummy. It's like that. When you're hungry enough, you don't want any more dummy. You just want the breast of the mother. And then you know that is the real thing. And you throw away the dummy. Yeah? When you grow up, you don't want to play with plastic cars. You want to drive a real Mercedes. And that is when you know the higher value in life. When you get complete enlightenment, you know sex is garbage. But as you are not enlightened, you may just slowly go into it, and there's no need for a quick forbidden to yourself. Mm? But sexual joy is nothing compared to heavenly joy. Christ said, I am the way, the truth, the light. No man comes before the Father but by me. Is Buddha an antichrist or another form of Christ? Did Buddha claim to be the Son of God as Christ? Christ said, a man must be born again to obtain salvation. What does Buddha say on this subject? 不用，我先问这个。What Christ said is correct. Whenever a master, a living master comes and you follow that master, then you can go to the Father. Except through that master, you can't go to the Father. That's the necessity of having a living Christ. Therefore, Christ said, I am the light of the world. As long as I am in the world. He didn't say I am forever. He was afraid that we misunderstand. So he said, as long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. After me, I will send other comforters. And before me, there was such and such. Yeah? So, and then Buddha is not an antichrist. Christ is Buddha. Tell them not to be so noisy outside. Close the door. Because Buddha and Christ teach the same thing. If we take the page, please close the door and don't talk so loud. I cannot work in this kind of condition. I have to concentrate in order to understand your deep meaning and answer to your satisfaction. Couldn't really just throw an answer at your face like that with any kind of noise. You see what I mean by rushing too much? I asked you to come tomorrow or the day after, and you're afraid you die tonight. Buddha didn't say he is the son of God, but he said he came from the Tathagata womb. The Tathagata means the ocean of consciousness, the womb of all consciousness. It means God consciousness. When we say Christ came from God, or the Son of God, or the Buddha came from the Tathagata, it's the same meaning. Christ said a man must be born again to attain salvation. That is true. That is true. After a while, you will be born again after initiation. You will experience some kind of death. And then you come back to life again. That's what is called born again. Last time when I gave initiation, some people saw the frontier of death and life. I mean, the tunnel that we talk so much about. So after death, you will see the tunnel, and then you go through the tunnel, and then you see the light. Yeah. At the initiation, you may experience the same, or some of you may. That is what the process of death or being born again is. That's what it means, initiation. Since God created everything, so can we say that the devil is the son of God too? Yeah, he was. But he's a bad son. So God told him to get out of heaven. Yeah? But after some time, he will come back again. When he repents for his deeds. Can you become initiated with a closed heart when one fears love? You can. Then your heart will be opened, and then you will not fear love anymore. You must try it. Why doesn't plant vibration affect us when we eat them like animal people flesh? Oh, that's a good question. It is because plant vibration is sustaining and not dragging like animal people. And also the plant vibration is not so strong of such a downpour Because animal people, they have strong consciousness. Therefore, when they die in hatred, this vibration or this atmosphere stays there, yeah? And even in their flesh, there are some toxins in it due to this hatred. But the plants, their consciousness is so low. They don't have such a strong sentiment or passion. Therefore, they cannot affect us so much, yeah? How much time does the initiation usually take? Thank you for your givingness. About 3-4 hours, sometimes 7 hours. The great initiation takes all day. It's better like that. But you are so fast moving. You want it today. So I try to make it concentrated, quick. Better is all day. I can explain a lot of things to you. Satisfy your inner doubts and skeptical questions. Yeah? Yên làm lệnh hãy chay mà. Người Việt Nam hỏi cái câu này còn không? Đi rồi, thế khỏi. Save an answer. She's not here, so I don't need to. Is there any minimum level of indulgence in physical and intellectual pleasure so that you can still make contact with God? Yeah, you may go on as before. And this minimizing effect will come gradually as you practice the inner heavenly light and vibration method. There's no need for you to kind of over-control yourself and make yourself feel nervous and tense. It will diminish by itself, yeah, by the practicing. All you have to do is live a vegan and ethical life, and the other things slowly will change, yeah. We can't just press ourselves too hard. We can't press the mind too much. It will rebel and give us problems. Okay, thank you very much.
The fate of humanity could greatly improve, transform, and this can only happen, in my opinion, by none other than veganism. Pierre Andre Plétier, vegan.
Luminous viewers, thank you for being with us today for words of wisdom. May Allah bless you and your loved ones always.